From the time we're teeny tiny, as we're socialized into the world, we unconsciously assimilate loads of guilt. How many times were we told, do it this way, or we don't do that, or you're too young to understand? Then there's the, you want to run away? I'll help you pack. And what a mess, you're a bad boy. Our undeveloped brains have no way of knowing mom's having a bad day or dad's feeling stressed. We take it as truth. These and a jillion other messages subtly translate to, there's something wrong with me. I'm stupid, and I'm unlovable and weak, and I just don't measure up. Even for those of us who had a happy childhood. Never mind if we were overtly or covertly neglected, abused, or abandoned. And don't forget the messages we absorbed from our parents' own fears and behaviors, and the beliefs we inherited due to our economic status, race, culture, and sex. If you're familiar with A Course in Miracles, it's a spiritual system for rewiring the brain from the ego's fear to the divine true self's love. This is what is referred to as unconscious guilt. We're not really aware of this deeply ingrained guilt that makes us believe we're unworthy. And it's what's responsible for our feeling of separateness from the oneness that is all life and the divine being that we truly are. We feel all alone and we need to hide the real me. My sister and I were comparing notes about this burden of hidden guilt that piles up throughout life. While her coping mechanism growing up was to resist authority and resent being told what to do and how to do it, she never felt she fit in. Mine was the opposite, to contort myself to fit into everything parents and teachers wanted me to be and do, to be a Stepford child. Each of us harbored these secret thoughts and actions we knew made us bad and undeserving. For example, I remember when I was really little, we kids woke up super early on a Saturday morning and were making all kinds of noise when we were supposed to let mom and dad sleep. Dad came out to the living room and spanked each kid he caught. I ran back down the hall and jumped into bed and pulled the covers over my head, frozen in fear. He never came to get me, but I felt so cowardly and scared. How does a 5-year-old process that kind of guilt? This is just one of a trillion instances in my life when I felt terrible about my thoughts or behavior and internalized it. We think if anyone knew how bad we really were, they would run the other way screaming. The Course says that this unconscious guilt is the root of our problems. We see ourselves as flawed and unworthy when nothing could be further from the truth. If you've had a child, or grandchild, or a beloved pet, or anyone else you love unconditionally, you know that no matter what their behavior, their essence is perfectly innocent and precious. This is the truth of each and every one of us. Our divine souls were created perfectly pure, and that loving presence remains forever immaculate. Isn't it a relief to shift our focus from all that programmed guilt to our divine light? For our sanity, happiness, and peace, we need to reprogram that habitual condemnation of ourselves when we make a mistake, because that's all it is, an error. Catch yourself when you disrespect and criticize yourself. Forgive yourself. Revel in the true you, your divine presence that is so loved and loving. With awareness and practice, we can transform that guilt to love so we can shine that divine.